Hi everyone, and welcome back to Craft Center. Before we start today's lessons, I would like to apologize for being away from YouTube for the past few months. It's happened because due to some personal reasons, I was not able to upload new videos on YouTube. But thank you so much for supporting me and supporting my channel. In today's lessons, we are going to talk and learn new things about the CCNA courses. And in this course, you will learn new things about network. For example, what is a network and Cisco packet tracer, IP version 4 and IP version 6, subnetting, DHCP, DNS, and TCP IP model, OSI model, and router and switches, MAC address, network topologies, and VLANs, trunk ports, native VLANs, dynamic trunking protocol, DTP, SSH, Telnet, and STP, which is a spanning tree protocol, and rapid spanning tree protocol, Ether channel, access control list, and many other things. This course is for beginner and intermediate people, and after we learn all these things on Cisco Packet Tracer, we will also try to practice it on GNS3 and VMware, which allowing us to simulate environments that are much closer to real enterprise network. In today's video, we are going to learn about Cisco Packet Tracer, a quick tour of the packet tracer interface, and why we are using Cisco packet tracer, and then we will focus on the console cable, when the console cable is required, and how to connect the PC to Cisco router with console cable, how to configure hostname, how to create username and password, how to encrypt passport, and what Telnet is, how to configure Telnet, and why SSH is preferred over Telnet. So let's first start about Cisco Packet Tracer. Cisco Packet Tracer is a free network, a simulation application developed by Cisco. It allows us to use own and build virtual network using routers, switches, PCs, and servers, and many other devices without purchasing expensive hardware. Without a Cisco Packet Tracer, we are not allowed to simulate all these things. We have to buy physical routers and switches and cable, and it will be too expensive for us. And as I understand, almost every CCNA students start learning networking with Cisco Packet Tracer, because as I say, it provides a safe environment for practicing Cisco commands and network configuration. So let's first talk about Cisco Packet Tracer environment here. Let me close this one first. Good. Yes, as I said, if you just search on the internet and Google it on internet, you will just find the link directly to Cisco Packet Tracer, and you can download it, and you just need to have a username and email and just create a password, and that's it. It's so simple and easy. And when you install Cisco Packet Tracer, is this application, and on the top there are some menu here: edit, File, Options, View, Tools, Extensions, Windows, and Help. So by Help, if you just come to the About, you can see that the version of Cisco Packet Tracer is 9.0.0. This is the new version. I have downloaded it. And here on the file, you can just open, create a new, and then if you want to open your files, you just click on the open. And it's so simple actually using Cisco Packet Tracer here. So this large area called the workspace, where we built our network here. And at the bottom here, you will find different categories of devices like routers and switches here, and of course all kind of PC and servers and laptop. And then you have all kind of cables here. As you can see, when you just move the mouse on it, you will see that it's also mentioned the cable's name, like for example this is single mode fiber, and this is copper course hour, and this is a copper straight through. This is console cable, which we are going to talk about this cable for today, for today's lesson. And this is automatically choose connection type, because sometimes when you start working on Cisco Packet Tracer, you're not sure that what kind of cable it needs to be used. So for start, you can use also for this automatically choose connection type. So it's automatically choose it, and it's based on the router and all this kind of ports, it choose the correct cable. But we want to talk about this cable for today. Let me first bring a router. Just say I will bring this router here, and then I will bring a laptop. Good. And then I will go and click on cable option here, and then the console cable, and connect PC to the router with this cable by clicking on the PC and RS232 to console ports here. Great. First, let's see why we are using this cable. Sorry. The console cable is used to access a Cisco router or switch for the very first time. For example, a brand new router doesn't have an IP address, and so we cannot connect it by using SSH or Telnet or by remote. That's why we are using, for the first time, this cable. We are using console cable for the first time, and it gives us direct access to the Cisco CLI, so we can perform the initial configuration. Once the router has been configured and assign an IP address, so then we can just manage it remotely by SSH and Telnet. This is the reason. When you connect the cable to the PC and router, just double click on the PC, go to the desktop here, and then go to the terminal. Do not change anything here, just press on OK. And now you are inside the router, as you can see. But before we go further, with the next steps. Maybe when you start your own Cisco packet tracer, your screen or your spacewalk is white, how to change it and how to change the font, all these things. It's so simple. Let me to close this one first. If you want to change the color and everything, just come to the options here and then preferences, sorry. And then here in the preferences, you will see this option as a font. And then here you can change, or for example, router iOS text. I have chosen white, and router iOS background, I have chosen black. For example, if I change it from black to the green, and white and green, I think is okay. And I will change the white to the text to maybe yellow. Fine. I just want you see the differences, and then apply and close it again. And if I want to open the router now and CLI, you can see this is differences. So you can change it like this. Let me to change it again. Yeah, option, preferences, and fonts. I want to have this one as white and this one as black. And if you want to change the fonts here, you can change the font size here, or here, for example, 14 to 20 and 17, whatever you want. Okay. So it is the color of background and the color of text is changing from this option. Great. So we double clicked on the PC, on the laptop terminal, and OK, and then we got this one. Here it's asking you, do you want to enter the initiate configuration dialog? I will say no. If you say yes, it will help you to configure it step by step, just asking for you what you want the router name be, the router host name, and then password and everything. But step by step, the basic thing will ask you to do it. But we want to do it manually, so we just say no, and we go here. Then we are inside the user mode, this mode called user mode. If you saw this sign, it means that you are inside the user mode. We want to go one mode further, which is called privilege mode. For doing that, you just need to write enable. So when you are here in this user mode, I want to tell you that how you can see all these commands that you can use in this mode. If you just use the shift and question mark, there are some kind of command that you can use here in this mode. There are not many, but some of them. For example, you can use the connect or disable or disconnect or enable and exit, logout, ping, all these commands. So we want to use the enable command, which is this one, turn on privileged command. So we say enable, or you can also use NA and press on the tab button. It will complete the command for you. Okay, and then enter. So now you are inside the privilege mode. How you know that you are inside the privilege mode is this hashtag sign. You see that you are in another mode. Now we go to another mode, which is called configuration terminal mode. So you can either write, you can also use shift and question mark here. You need this command, enter configuration mode. Just write here, configure, and then again question mark, and then I say, okay, you have only one option, which is this terminal. Just say terminal and enter. So now you are in config mode. As you can see also here, it's the config. So in this mode, you can, for example, give an IP address to the router, and or maybe we just use this kind of question mark again, and all this command you can use it in this mode. As you can see, when you just click enter, it will show you more commands here. First of all, we want to give it a host name. Okay, this one. So we want to give our router a host name. We just say host name. What do you want to have it as a host name? Maybe just R1. Okay, so we have changed the router name. As you can see here, R1. Before its name was router, but now it is a R1. Great. And now we want to give it what is called a local administrator. Let's ask to create a local administrator account here. We say username, just say craft, and password 1 2 3 4 5. No. Because can you see? Let me tell you. You can see it's here also mention you that hey, something is wrong here. This is not username. It helps you actually to tell you that you have made a mistake. So we have typed a username wrongly. So just let's try again. Username craft and password 1 2 3 4 5. Great. You can also use it as I told you. Just say use username, and then you choose then and then you can use pass as a shortcut of password. So it's also possible to do it like this. So now our router got a username and a password. Great. And then we just need to give enable mode a code, a password. We just say enable pass. You see 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Let's see, have a bit change differences between the username password and enable password. Great, and enter. Then we want to give an IP address to our router. Let's see, if we want to give an IP address to the router, we just say interface. We have to look at our router and see what the interface name is. Let's close it here. If I just move my mouse here, it will show me my interface name is Gigabyte Ethernet 00 and Gigabyte Ethernet 01. Good. So if we say interface Gigabit Ethernet 00, IP address 192.168.1.1, subnet mask 255.255.255 or 3 times 255 and 0. Enter. And then we have to use no shutdown. Great. Now we give an IP address to our router. If you come and see it, look at it here, you can see that just next to the Gigabyte Ethernet is stated that IP address. Just 1 second. IP address is 192.168.1.1, and of course it's down because it has not, the cable has not linked to any other devices. That's why. So now we need to give it a Telnet. We want to configure Telnet here. How to configure it? We just need to come out from this config mode, config interface mode. For doing that, you just need to write exit. So exit, you will jump one mode back or up here like this. And now we need to configure the Telnet. How to do it? First, we have to say line VTY 04. Why 04? Mean that 4 people, actually 5, because 0 is one of the most number. 5 people at the same time can remotely have access to this router. And actually, I think for safety is enough, because right now the router, new routers, there can be up to 15 people, but 4025 is okay. And insert. Then here we say login local. Use this transport here. Define transport protocol for line. We say transport question mark. Input output. We say input. Input define which protocol to use when connection to the terminal or server. Input, and then here we ask you, do you want to have SSH, or do you want to have all, or do you want to have Telnet? We say Telnet and enter. Great. And then now one thing is left here, and it is how to save all these configurations. Because right now, if you just close, turn off your router, all this configuration you have done, it will not be saved, and you have to do it again from there. So for saving all this configuration, there is a shortcut way and also a how can I say, academic or real way that you have to use it when you take a Cisco exam. For doing the academic way, we just say exit here and just say if you just use this kind of question mark here, you can see it's here. We need to find something which is called copy. I think it's not in this mode. Yes, I think it's used inside the user mode. Exit. Yeah, I think it's here exactly. So we just say yes, here. Copy from one file to another. Okay. So we use it in the privilege mode. Actually, we use we save all data in privilege modes. We say copy question mark here. So it asks you from where to where. Copy from where? From flash, from FTP, from running config, from SCP, from the starting config, from TFTP. Which one? We say from running config, which this is that mode. So we say from running config, and then question mark to where you want to save it, to the startup configuration. So when you start it up, it will come with all this configuration that you have saved. So start up config and enter. And I say, are you sure the destination file name is a startup config? I say yes, I'm sure. And it has saved. Okay, great. So now if I just come, say exit. If I just say, for example, I want to enable the router and just do the new configuration, I will just say enable. It will ask for the password, as you can see, and I remember the password 112345 enter. And now we are in the privilege mode, and then we go to the config mode and the same thing. So But now there is something else that is really important we need to know about it. It is if, just say imagine, this is my PC. This is my PC. I will delete the PC. Oh, not delete. I will bring another PC. This is someone else who want to come and configure it on our router. And this person is not allowed to do it. And if he had the cable, just like this. So, want to open it? Desktop, terminal, and here you are. Let's see when it started. He'll come to this mode. And we say enable, and it requires for password. And if he has password, so he can use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then he can do anything here in our network, which is not secure. And you cannot find who was that person, who did this one. Does that make sense? So we need to make it more secure for doing it. For even if anyone who wants to use this kind of console cable, he need to have a username and password, and then we can find it who has login or who has configured our router with this one, with this cable. For doing this, we just go to the config mode, conft line vty 0, line console 0, because it's about the console cable. And why it's 0? Because if we come to our router here, this is not router. If we come to the router and come to the physical mode here, zoom in, as you can see, it only have one port, which is called console cable. That's why it's called 0. It makes sense now? So this is the reason. So you just say line console 0. Again, login local, and then that's it. I think so. Let me to try again. And then transport. Yes, transport input. Transport. Sorry. Yes, I have done it. No need. So done. I think that's it. And then just let me to see exit. Yeah, exactly. So as you can see, now it asks for username, which was craft, and asks for password, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Craft password 1, 2. Username was not craft. Yeah, exactly. So it was craft, and the password was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then enable, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct. So now we have made our router much secure. So not anyone can have access to our router by console cable. Let's try. For example, there is another person who's coming here. Just say it's hacker. He's a hacker. He wants to try. Let me do first. What is called? Come out from here. Let's see. Yes. Exit. Great. So, and let's see. Someone else is coming here, and he wants to have access to our router. Let's delete all of this here. Great. So this person, he wants to have access to our router. He click on his own PC. He connect the cable to the router. Come to desktop, terminal, and say, okay, I want to do something here. Okay, here you are. What do you want to do? Give me username. Oh my gosh. You cannot. So you cannot have access to the router unless you have the username and password. So I think it's enough for today. In the next video, we will learn IP version 4 addresses and what an IP address is, and how IP address version 4 works, and how to assign IP address correctly to network devices. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to Craft Center, and turn on the notification so you don't miss the next lessons. Thank you.